Hi, welcome to the first lesson of the draw list lessons. In this video, we will start with the command line. The command line is one of the most used commands in AutoCAD. We have two ways to take this command. The first one is by clicking on the bottom line here, or by typing the shortcut of the command, which is the letter L. Then press L, then press enter. You can see here that the command's name is typed here, line, in bold, then the procedure of the command. The procedure here asks you to specify the first point of the line. So you can specify the first point of the line by many ways. You can start on a random point like this. For example, I specify the first point here. Then you can specify the direction by the mouse. You can see that here the mouse is moving freely. You can restrict the lines by using the command ortho. This command ortho makes the line restricted in X direction or in Y direction. So you can get lines with 90 degrees. For example, if you want to draw a line to the right with length of 5 units, just press on 5, then press enter. Then you can see that a line with 5 units is drawn here. If you want to draw a line downward, for example for length 3, you can press on 3, then enter. Now you can find that you have here a line with 5 units and another line with 3 units. This is the first one. The second case, if you want to get again the command line, then just press on enter. Now you can see that again the last command you had is appeared here again. Then again specify the first point. If you want to draw a line between these points, the first one and the second one, to draw an aligned line, you can use here the object snap. To get the object snap, you have to get sure that the snap button is highlighted by the color blue. Then press on the arrow here. Then choose endpoints. Why endpoints? Because you want to take the endpoint of this line and the endpoint of this line. Now here we can see that the endpoint is checked and the object snap is highlighted and checked again. Then press on the first point and finally on the second point here. So the second case is to draw a line depending on any existing objects. So you here need to use the object snap. The third way is to draw by the coordinations. If you have any drawing with coordinations, you can drawing without using the mouse. All what you have to do is to get the line command, L, enter. Then when he asks you to specify the first point, start with coordinations. How to input the coordinations? The first one is to get the coordinations. The coordinations will be input by typing the X value, then comma, then the Y value. For example, if you have a drawing started from the origin, which is 0 in X and 0 in Y, just type 0, 0, then press enter. Now you can find that the line has started from the origin right here. If we unactivate the ortho mode, then you can see it clearly that the first point has been launched from the origin point. Then you need to enter the second point of the line. For example, let's take it 10 in X, then 0 in Y, then press enter. Now we can see that we have a line started from the origin and directed to the X direction, positive X, with 10 units. If I want to draw a line and to take the other point on, let's say the point is 10 in X and 10 in Y. Then press 10, then 10, then press enter. Then we have another line directed in the positive Y direction with length 10 units. The other one, for example, let's take it 0 in X and 10 in Y. Now I'll make a mistake. Let's see. If I made it 1 in X, 10 in Y. Let's say that I made this mistake, then press enter. So the point I want is to be on the 0 in X and 10 in Y, but here we had 1 on X and 10 in Y. Or what I have to do, the best way to do is to choose from here a subcommand which is undo. Undo erases the last line that you had drawn. Let's press on undo, just press on undo, or take the shortcut which is the first letter that is highlighted by the color blue, which is the letter U. So whether you press on undo or type U, enter, you can see that the line is totally deleted. Now let's take the correct coordination, 0 in X, 10 in Y, then press enter, like what we see. The last point, you have 3 ways to specify it. The first one is by pressing by the mouse on the end point here, or by typing again the 00 coordination, but the best one is to take the subcommand which is close. Close will close this shape and will close the command. So you type C, which is the shortcut of close, then enter. You can see now that the shape has been closed. Another thing that we have to know about the command line is if you want to draw a line with a specific length and a specific angle. All what you have to do is to take the command L, enter. Specify the first point. Let's say this is the first point and the second point. If you want to draw a line with length, let's say 10, and an angle, for example 25 degrees, you have to use 2 expressions to indicate that you want to get a length and an angle. First, we need to type the length of the line, which is 10. So press shift and number 2 to take at, then input the length. So at 10 means the length of the line is 10. Then you have to import the angle. So press on shift and the comma to get the expression less than. Then enter the angle, which is 25 degrees. Then press enter. Enter again to get out of the command. If you want to check on this line, just go to annotation, choose aligned, press on the first point of the line and the second point of the line, and you will get the length is 10. If you want to check on the angle, go to this arrow again and choose angular. Press on the first line and on the second line, and you will get the angle is 25. So if you want to draw, we have 3 cases. Even if you draw from any random place or point, or if you can use the object snap to specify or to draw a line depending on an existing objects, or you can finally use the coordinations to draw any shape in order to coordinates you have. That's all for the command line, and see you in another video.